and welcome to another interesting episode of this interview series Parichay, hosted by Fakir Mohan University and run by Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. So the episodes are broadcast over a YouTube channel by the name Vyasadarshana, and today we have two very special guests with us. Professor Mumin Chen, Deputy Representative, Taiwan Economic and Cultural Center, New Delhi, and we have Dr. Rupnarayan, who is Taiwan Fellow under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So welcome to this show, and we would like to know more about your journey, and let's start with Professor Mumin. So what is your area of study and how long you have been coming to this country and what are your experiences and
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for having me today. I'm actually a professor in Taiwan. I teach in a university called NCHU. It's in second largest city of Taiwan. I've been teaching there for more than 15 years.
Okay.
But 2.5 years ago, I came to India. Right now, my government assigned me here to be the deputy ambassador.
Okay.
So I'm now working and living in Delhi as a deputy in our mission in India.
Okay. So basically, what is the kind of work you do?
No, as a scholar, my discipline is international politics.
Okay.
And I do a lot of research on foreign policies, particularly East Asia, China, and India. That is why I got interested in India. Because I did research on India-China relations and also South Asia regional politics and security. So I kept visiting India, and now I live here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is for the first time you're coming to Odisha? Okay.
First time.
And how do you what do you feel about this university, Fakir Mohan University?
My first impression is that this is a very big university. You have a forest, you have farms, and you also have a lake on campus. Yeah, and I also find that in Parichay and also Orissa, the natural environment is very similar to my country.
Is it?
Yeah, the temperature, weather, and natural surroundings are quite similar. Yeah.
And but I think these kind of exchanges are very important. Like today in the morning, you had this seminar on Indo-Pacific and Taiwan Strait, the Seamless Connect. So many people attended, scholars, faculty members, and these kind of exchanges do enrich,
because the reason I particularly want to focus on the concept of Indo-Pacific is Taiwan is located in the Pacific. And India is a country of the Indian Ocean. So if we only talk about our own geographic location, you never get the connection. But with the concept of Indo-Pacific, we both sides got connected. So we are an Indo-Pacific country, and India is also an Indo-Pacific country.
True. And this era that we are living, that we are knowing everything about every country because we are so connected. But then it's also at the same time very important to keep your indigeneity intact. So, and we have one more very interesting person with us today on this, interview series, Rupnarayan.
I'm a son of the soil. I'm from Balasore.
Oh my God!
A product of Jila School Balasore, Pokemon College Balasore. Later on, I went to Delhi for my higher studies.
Okay.
Initially, I joined Delhi University for my master's program in political science. Then after that, I did my PhD from JNU. I retired from I worked in the Lok Sabha Secretariat of Indian Parliament.
Wow.
And from there, I retired in July 2019, as Joint Secretary. But that is one aspect of my introduction. My second aspect of my identity is that I'm a China scholar. I have been passionately following China and of course now Taiwan. I had visited China so many times. In the recent past, I was a Taiwan fellow. I was in 8 months there from April to end of November. And I have a lot of distinction as a senior scholar. I was a senior fellow of the India's premier think tank, Indian Defense Strategy and Analysis for 4.5 years. Then in the recent past, I was also a senior fellow of the Indian Council of Social Science Research. I'm a writer. I write regularly both in Indian media and also in Western platforms like Global Asia, China Brief. So basically, my identity is both a China scholar and a retired government official.
Okay. And Balasore is your native place.
Yes.
You have been born and brought up here.
Yes.
So, so good to have such a person who as a native. So, today we have this very important seminar on this topic, Indo-Pacific and Taiwan Strait. Like, what does it mean to a person who is from a non-academic background? I'm sure so many of our viewers are from a non-academic background. So, how do we simply, state this? How can we simplify this to a layman?
Yes. I think to put it in a very simpler words, see, the oceans are very strategically significant. Be it Indian Ocean, be it Pacific Ocean, there, and to put the strategic significance of Indo-Pacific straightway, China's rise is the main motivation of this concept of emergence of Indo-Pacific. China is trying to dominate in the ocean, in South China Sea, it, and also in Indian Ocean of late. So now, whosoever dominates the sea will dominate the continent. So that aspect needs to be understood and appreciated. Your predominance, say for example, now China has made inroad into footprints into Indian Ocean and also in the Pacific Ocean. So the China's rise in general, and particularly its footprints in the Indo-Pacific, is something very a matter of concern for all the countries, particularly democratic countries. So that needs to be sort of, I won't say contained, but needs to be checked. I want to avoid the word containment, but needs to be checked. Particularly by democratic countries, this need to be together. Now there is a concept of Indo-Pacific. There is like countries like USA, Japan, Australia, they have formed a sort of, they have teamed up. Now other countries like France, German, they are also teaming up. So they want to sort of put a check on China's assertiveness in the Indo-Pacific. That is very critical.
Okay. Do you want to add on something to what he has just said?
Yeah, I would say that when we talk about the global politics, and right now, I think that the situation is quite different from what we saw 5 or 10 years ago. Of course, China rising is a very, very important factor. But the more important is that technologies and also geopolitical situation make the interest of individual countries more interconnected to each other. Yeah, just like the war we saw in Ukraine last year, and it is so far. But you look at the situation right now. Every country is affected. No one can get rid of the crisis somewhere in another continent. And so in the Indo-Pacific region, I think there will be more subjects, more incidents that will bind us together. So we need to work together to find a common interest and also solution.
Okay. So I just would also love to know that where should an academician, I mean a student who wants to build a career in this particular field and study the areas that you are studying, how should one go about it? Like what after graduation, is there any specific course and by what name? And offered by which?
Well, I could say that in a very simple way for Indian students, have some advantage. Language, English is the language Indian students are very good, and Indian are also very international. So for the students of international relations, or they want to pursue the career, I think they should go abroad. And look for some opportunities for exchanges, internship, or just attend conferences. Or if they have a bigger plan, they could also pursue a degree abroad. So this is the first thing. Yeah, and the second thing is that try to bring those views back home. Yeah, because India is also very big, and of course that India now is a global power. Yeah, and so I think that the Indian views about the world, like Indians' views about Taiwan, Indians' views about China, I think is very, very important. Yeah.
So having exposure and then bringing those learnings back home is really important. So, Dr. Das, you have do you frequently come to this university or you're coming after a
No,
gap?
I do come because I am from Balasore. I do visit from time to time.
Okay,
Yeah, and this university, this is my I think, third or fourth visit.
okay,
I make presentations here.
okay.
Earlier, I made a presentation. It's called extramural lecture.
Mhm.
I gave on Taiwan.
Mhm.
This is my second lecture on Taiwan here.
Okay,
So it's a good experience to be back
okay.
in the university, and I can tell you that when the university was being established,
Mhm.
I was involved in its setting up.
Wonderful.
So I have a sort of nostalgic memory to the university. This function from the town hall in that town hall initially, and my own uncle
Mhm.
riding a cycle, he collected money fund for this university. Rabindra Mohan Das, he's my
Okay.
uncle,
Okay.
and of course he was honored by no less a person than President Abul Kalam Azad, who conferred him the honorary PhD degree by this university.
Mhm.
So I have a strong bond with the university. Yes.
Okay. So, given a choice, like if you have to take Professor Mumin out in Balasore and show like 3 places, what are the 3 places you would love to show him?
Very good question. Actually, I had planned for him a visit to Similipal,
Gotcha.
but because of the paucity of time, this is not possible this time. And I'm suggesting that he is now visiting Bhubaneswar and Puri.
Okay.
So I wish it may be difficult, but I wish him for a second visit, maybe with the ambassador himself. I think it may not be impossible because we have made a good beginning, and I think we'll try our best to bring Ambassador and Professor Mumin Chen together to this university for a second time, and then he can spend some time in Similipal Sanctuary. He's missing out, I know it. Similipal is a good.
Yes.
Chandipur is nearby. He has seen, being from Taiwan, he has seen seashore, and now in Bhubaneswar and Puri he will see seashore. But he certainly two things he is missing. One is the Similipal and Bhitarkanika, another is Bhitarkanika. So maybe I wish sometime later.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, any particular message you would like to give to the students, and with that we will end this particular discussion.
You first until.
Okay, yeah. Well, I feel honored to come to this campus and also meet students and also professor. They are very, very friendly. Yeah, and I'm probably the first Taiwanese scholar come to visit this university, but I won't be the last. Yeah, I will in future. I'll bring more of my friends and also try to build, help build up more cooperation between this university and also my country. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, the students of this generation, they are fortunate, and they can excel, and they can, because of the digital development, digital technology, they know where to apply, how to get admission in good courses, able scholarship and funding, etc. Unlike our time, these days students, the sky is the limit for them. If they work hard, they can achieve their goal. It is not difficult for them. And I'll suggest that because Professor Mumin Chen is here, they can try explore Taiwan as an educational destination. My own daughter is there, and I'm grateful to Professor Chen that she got a scholarship from the Taiwanese TECC, Taiwan Economic Cultural Center. They offer a lot of opportunities like internship, scholarship, and fellowship. And mind it, Taiwan is equally developed, and the students who are aspiring to go abroad to a developed country like the USA, or they can use Taiwan as a springboard to go to other countries. It's a wonderful country, and Taiwan is doing wonderful in terms of extending financial support to particularly disadvantaged section of the student. I've seen how students from humble background in India are making academic career in Taiwan. And Taiwan is a tremendous contribution of Taiwan to enabling students from deprived section to well educational opportunities. Yeah.
Okay. So, as Professor Mumin said, that he might be the first person from Taiwan to visit, but will definitely not be the last, and he would definitely bring in his friends and a lot of academicians who would interact with the academic fraternity here. And as Dr. Rupnarayan Das said, that so many opportunities out there for all the students in this era, where so many scholarships are being offered and so many fellowships out there. So sky's the limit is the goal and ambition and hard work that matters at the end of the day. So with this, we come to the end of this very fruitful and beautiful conversation with both of them. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.